No, it's been a while.
Well, at least my writing's legible. That's right.
That's his.
Right. Holly, got me loud and clear. I've got you.
Yep.
Good afternoon, good evening, and welcome to Striker, the home of indoor cricket in WA. For this penultimate match of the season, it is the Bounceroos versus the mighty Seamer Snakes, and it's a very good afternoon to my partner in crime and fellow commentator, the legendary Hully, Mark Hullett. Good afternoon, mate. How you doing?
Good on you, Steve. Less of the legendary, but looking forward to this. Should be a cracker.
Come on now. Don't be humble. We've both been around long enough and played this game long enough. You perhaps a few more years than I, but lo and behold, we're looking at the next generation now. Seamer Snakes, a very, very strong side over the years. I think 9 out of the last 10 A-grade premierships. Very, very tough to beat. But having said that, a very different looking side today. As the match is about to get underway here, we'll run you quickly through the lineup for each team. We have, for the Seamer Snakes first, Captain Mark Rice, All-Australian representative, current men's Opens player. They're joined by Aaron Todd, Mitch Todd. Aaron Todd, coincidentally with the ball, about to bowl the first over. Cameron Todd is an All-Australian under-21s player. Ross Nesbitt has also played for Australia in the under-21s as that first ball
Just got away with it, I think.
Just sneaks in.
Yeah.
Generous call there by the umpire. Ross Nesbitt taking the back sticks tonight. Joined by a couple of two new players to the Seamer squad this season, Travis Keys and Jimmy Groves, both of whom have played their fair share of state and national representative indoor cricket. And to cap the lineup, of course, Melbourne Stars regular and reigning player of the season, Clint Hinchcliffe.
Nice little tuck off the hip, the ball before, and then the square drive for one. Toddy just going to get back in at the hip now, I'd say. A bit too far down the leg. So the bouncer side, so just going through there, plays Blair Oakley captaining the side again. They welcome back the two Taylor brothers, Duncan and Luke. Brandon Lusk. Louis Crawford, Harrison Blake, Harmon Seckham and Jamie Burgess rounding up their 8.
Few new faces in that lineup there. We've got the young pairing of Brandon Lusk. Hits that ball there to Mark Rice, who just misfielded slightly, and Lewis Crawford there. Reasonable first over against the Snakes, 6 runs from it.
Tell us a bit about Lewis. Do you know much about him?
Just that he's one of these up-and-coming young guns. He's represented WA at the junior level for a number of seasons, and he's in the running for the Opens team this year. A lot of talent, very good bowler, and I think it's going to be youth v youth. You'll notice the Seamer Snakes team without a couple of names that we've come accustomed to seeing over the years, the likes of Ty Hopes and Nick de Grease and
Justin Coots.
Yeah, Justin Cootsey, Vinnie Sandu, Scotty Brown, the guys that carried the club for so many years have all gone on to, how should we say this politically correctly, greener pastures, Hully?
Greyer pastures, let's call it.
Greyer pastures. Dominating the Vets League. As Ross Nesbitt comes in here to bowl. Lovely little in-swinger there, just cramping Louis Crawford up for space there, and finds the bouncer boys on a third ball.
Nice little in-swinger there.
Stock ball for Nesbitt. See if he can produce another cracker here. There it is. Just sneaks down the leg side, and an attempted flick front it there from Jimmy Groves, just wide of the mark, and they get away with a run. A couple, actually.
Fairly standard with the 2 on the leg side for the big late in-swingers.
Jimmy Groves again with a half chance there. Might have damaged the stumps in that attempted... oh no, they're all good.
Went the other way, but a little bit wide. Nicely chopped away over the covers for a couple.
Practice run out there for Aaron Todd, hitting the stumps, just letting the batters know, well, you want to take me on, you run the risk. And that one's a little too much swing there. Ball really moving around in these early overs. Well, they're just having a bit of trouble controlling it. Score moves along to 14. Here he comes. And that one is as wild as they come. You might be a bit fatigued from the previous game, Holly.
Why?
Oh, he's for the viewers wouldn't have known, but there was an under-21s game just prior to this one where Ross Nesbitt bowled the final over to win from a difficult position. The boys only having a few runs to defend came out with a hat-trick to finish the game. Come away with a comfortable win, and probably spent a little bit of the gas in the tank on that over there. So
the Bouncer boys, I think, got in front, didn't they? And then ended up losing by 15.
They did. Hence, we can ignore the hat-trick because it was all back net swinging on the last couple of balls to try and make up for the losses. But some very clever field placements bought the Seamer boys some wickets, and game's been and gone. We're concentrating on this one now as Mitch Todd comes into bowl.
Oh, it's a big leg side. Now Mitch has got some sore ribs, come into the game. Oh, he's wincing. That hurt a bit.
He's in a bit of pain. There's a story behind those ribs. We might save that one to a duller part of our broadcast as he just pulls out of that delivery. Beg your pardon, the umpire.
I think we had
that one.
It stumped up on the screen, but it was actually a leg side. So.
It was. There's another one there. Boys are struggling with their line. That's 3 in a row from the Snakes. Mitch Todd, not normally known as a bowler, but he can bat.
Indeed.
A couple of seasons in English county cricket will attest to that. Just scored there, and he is in a lot of discomfort. Not sure if you can quite focus in there on the cameras, but...
It's better line. It's a chance.
There we go. That's a great bit of fielding there. Jimmy Groves is tapping the one back towards Travis Keys for the easy run out there.
Really good gloves too. It was coming low and quickly and one-handed straight onto the stumps. Great work.
Yeah. Great work to keeper Travis Keys there. And for those who are watching, yes, it is a real moustache.
When did Keysy come to Seamer? Steve?
He actually made the move over this year. It's his first season with the Snakes. Straight into A-grade contention, of course. Very seasoned cricketer. One of the hardest hitters going around, Travis Keys. Can really destroy anyone's bowling.
Yep.
He's a 50 or nothing player, though. So sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. We'll have to wait and see what happens today. It's very good bowling there. Equally good fielding by Cameron Todd there.
And great batting. I mean, they've just all learnt that skill, haven't they? Now that everybody bowls in at the hip, they've all just learnt to nudge it in between the two-leg side fielders and take their two.
Indeed. And one of the shots I mentioned, Nick de Gries earlier, was an absolute master at playing the leg side chop, one of the best in the game.
Yep.
So yeah, a couple of Queenslanders. Name escapes me for the moment, but
Millsy was a gun at it.
Captain Struth.
Dion Muir. Dion Muir was a gun at that shot.
It was Nick de Gries' partner in crime. He wore glasses. Struth. I can't think of his name at the moment. It'll come to me.
Not
Apologies
Teskey.
to any Queensland viewers. Who were you saying there?
Teskey.
Not Teskey. Great keeper Teskey, and a great player all round. The captain, Queensland captain, opened for many, many years. There was a live tweet. I reckon there'd be 50 people who put his name down by now. I feel like a fool, fellas. I feel like a fool. It'll come to me.
So this will be the third Todd brother to bowl in the first pair. Cameron bowled a big over in the under-21s.
Did indeed. That one right on top of off stump there. It's an easy 2 for anyone. And for those who are curious, no, that is not his natural hair colour.
Batted really well this pair, just taking the sting out of the game a little bit.
And at this level, 20 anything is a respectable score, particularly against this very good fielding unit.
Yeah, they've just looked unflustered, apart from that one run out, which was just a bit of confusion.
And that's going to be a leg side. I think Mark Price is going to have some firm words for the boys and their bowling at the change of batting pair.
Yeah.
And there's half a chance here, and that's out.
It's going to be out.
Yeah, that was not well communicated on the run there. And Brandon Luss taking off. Louis Crawford, I think, called that one and realised halfway down the pitch that was probably a no. Straight to Mark Rice. You didn't even have to hit clean. You just had to get it to Ross Nesbitt there at the back sticks. He's licking his fingers. I think he called that one on the end. That's well bowled.
Key to the run out there with Rice was just how quickly he got rid of it. You know, he was actually turning as he picked the ball up and had it straight to the back sticks. Still a great start. Be happy with 25. Couple of You've got that name now?
I have the name.
We have technology.
I've just been showing the live comments. Troy Gursky, of course.
Oh, Gursky.
It's not an easy name to remember, but once it's in your head, it really shouldn't leave. Gursky, it's a name you don't forget easily, but one of the greatest players of all time. I think there was a survey done a few years ago to Nationals Carnival to name the all-time greatest Australian team, and I'm pretty sure Troy Gursky was named captain. The likes of Ty Hopes and Nick de Gries also making that all-Australian side alongside some other very, very talented players.
I'm surprised Hopesy, who's sitting just behind us, didn't throw something at you to remind you who it was.
I'll hear about it later. I can tell you that much now. So coming to the crease now, we've got the pairing of Luke Taylor and Jamie Burgess. Luke Taylor on strike now, just fending that first one off with his kneecap.
Good start by Jimmy. Perfect line. I think they've probably just got a bit short with their bowling at the leg side and given the bouncer guys time to nudge it round there, but that's a great line of length. Oh, big.
And that is what you call some punishment there. 7 scored. And I think, just between you and me, that Luke Taylor enjoyed that a little bit.
I think he
Shall
did.
we tell the viewers why?
Go on, you go into it.
I mentioned earlier a couple of new faces, Jimmy Groves being one of the 2 new faces to the team this season, playing his first season with the Seamer Snakes in any division. Used to play for Bouncer.
With these boys, yeah.
And he's smiling at him now, Luke Taylor.
And 10 off 2 balls after a good start.
And he's got his revenge.
He'll have enjoyed that.
Possibly some words said in that huddle there, just quietly, smiling at each other.
And if the Taylor boys are anything like their old man Gav, they won't be short of a word.
Well, having said that, and big shout out there to let's get this ball coming here.
Bit wide. Oh, and gets through to the back net.
That's
criminal.
lack of communication. I think Ross Nesbitt realised that ball had gone past Queen Hinchcliffe there, but Gav Taylor, if you're watching, it's a shout out to you, mate. Boy's doing very well. Luke is one of the loveliest young men you will ever want to meet. I'm quite happy to put my hand up and say that. Delightful young man, isn't he?
Oh, as Gav is. Gav's a ripper bloke.
I feel like I've just left Duncan high and dry there, but he's a lovely man too.
Well, Duncan's not batting yet, so
he's not.
His turn will come.
I'll save my compliments for when he takes to the pitch. About 11 runs off that over.
It was an interesting mix that over. He bowled it full, so he took the chance and got banged up into the wire a couple of times, and also for the 7, but bowled him, so he sort of got a bit of payback.
Did indeed. And look, interestingly, the 2 balls, the one that went for 7 and the one that clean bowled him, didn't really look a lot different, did they?
No, he just missed it.
One went, the other one hit. And here we have Travis Keys in to bowl his first over of the game.
Almost one of those situations where you've hit the 7 and you just want to consolidate it, but you get the same ball again, you really should just be doing it again.
That's off with the leg side here, and a no ball on that occasion. Front foot, don't see that too often at this level of the game, but in this case, he's erred.
Mel's all over it in the chair.
Indeed, Mel Jex, very seasoned umpire. It's a good ball, right into the hip, well played.
Yeah, they've got an embarrassment of riches with the gloves, haven't they? They've got one. The Todd boys can keep a bit. They've got Keesey, now they've got Ricey in there keeping while Keesey bowls.
Indeed.
Oh,
top edge. That's a great throw, and wow, Jimmy Groves there in the air, turning and with power, base of middle stump, right from the leg side pocket there.
Great bit of fielding.
No, but indeed.
Like to have seen a replay of that. I won't put you under the pump there.
No, that's
Dexy.
okay. I'd say he was probably home by an inch. Lovely shot by Jamie Burgess there, top of the wire.
Won't be overturning it from here, that's for sure.
Speaking of overturning, I can say from experience, being my own home centre, that Seamers have employed the use of a number of permanent cameras. Not for use during the midweek games or much less Super League, but has formed part of the final series, and even I think last year was used as a review system. Very high-tech, high-definition cameras that can slow down to one frame at a time.
Ridiculous frames, isn't it?
And in the final series, teams were given, I think, 2 opportunities to review, or 2 successful opportunities to review. sorry, too unsuccessful, that is, and they lose their reviews after that. But they were utilised to great effect. Not to expose an umpire's error, but just to perhaps help them make a very difficult call. And that last one might have been something that could have been reviewed. Still, the correct call was made.
I love that they've got that at SEMA. That's hopefully something that catches on around the country.
Well, let's only hope. We have seen it before at the international level in other countries, and now I'm sure there are some grounds around Australia that do have it. Mark Rice there with his leg side. Now, I don't have the live scorecard here, but we're willing to bet that just about every bowler's bowled one so far.
Pretty much.
Very unlike the SEMA unit. And there's another one.
I think that's the trouble. You flirt with trying to hit the hip so much that there's very small margin, isn't there?
Yeah, there is.
And look at where Luke's batting. His feet are on the leg side line, so you miss him, and so it's going to be a leg side.
Yep.
Oh, it's great bowling.
Bang. Bottom of leg stump. Luke Taylor, a very capable batsman, tried extremely hard to get his bat down. You probably heard the thud through the microphone as he whacked that willow on concrete. Just a second too late there, and that's what Mark Rice can do. He can skid a quicker one in there right under your bat when you're not suspecting it.
That bowls a lot of people, that ball.
Yeah, he probably expecting that another one on the hip, and that's pushed down wide as well.
Went the Yorker again, so I like the idea, I like following it up with the same thing, although Luke's just as likely to whack that one for 7, having got bowled.
Called that.
Oh, it's a great bit of fielding.
Fantastic. Taylor caught on the back foot there with that. In outdoor would have been a fantastic pull shot, but on this occasion, just having to take off from the back foot, find yourself an extra couple of metres to run there, and direct hit from Cameron Todd on his knees, around the back flick shot, and that's out.
Yeah, brilliant pick up. That wasn't an easy ball to actually glove in the first place, but then the back flick while he's horizontal, great bit of fielding. Could have probably run him out even to the back stumper, because as you say, Luke was on the back foot and almost did the 360 to get going.
Possibly a little premeditated, that shot, do you think, Hully? Probably exactly not where he wanted to hit it. I think he was probably thinking, yeah, Ricey's going to bowl one a little bit short, a little bit into my hips. I'll swing back, I'll have a crack, see if I can put him to the back net, maybe along the ground. It just didn't come off.
I think what he regret is that he just got it a bit flat. Yeah, it's good running. Had to go there. There's a chance it was going to hit the side net, so they couldn't afford to waste those two, so they had to try and run.
Yep. And on that misfield, it was a well-judged yet, at least the one there we can make. A little flick in the end there by Nesbitt. I think batsman was home in any case. Interesting choice to bowl Jimmy Groves again.
Yeah. They've had a look at him already, this pair. Interesting to see what Luke does here.
He's been hit for 7, and he was hit fairly firmly first ball, albeit straight back to Ross Nesbitt, but...
Yeah, it goes again. It's a real good shot.
Yep, lovely shot. That was a right-handed Matthew Hayden, that one. Just punched it.
Oh, it's well bowled.
Wow, how did that miss?
Yeah,
inside edge?
Yeah, maybe. No great risk with Luke shot the ball before. It's just a proper cricket shot, wasn't it?
It was. Lovely shot.
Yeah.
He's anticipating the full length just about every ball. I think Jimmy Groves is very full with his bowling here.
Yeah.
And that's well communicated.
Great fielding by Ross.
Nesbitt. Jeez. That middle stump, straight back. And the batsmen have found themselves on third ball here.
Bit of risk reward with bowling full. You know, you're more likely to get chances by bowling full, but you're also likely to get hit up the back. That's well bowled.
And it's out.
Yeah.
Great fielding, and I might have missed. Was that third ball?
It was third ball. Yeah, but he left it thinking he was missing going down a leg. But yeah, wrong choice in the end.
And there's that fielding we spoke of earlier. So unfortunately, the chance to come out on a strong 20-something partnership.
Well, they were 50, weren't they, with the ball to go? So 25 each, but then lost that last one.
So 20 runs for the pair of Luke Taylor and Jamie Burgess. Not a complete disaster. A couple of big hits in there, but a couple of very valuable wickets. The boys haven't really missed too many opportunities in the field to get those run-outs, have they?
You'd take 45 after 8, wouldn't you? You'd think, look, if we can get 90, 100, we're going to put Seamer under a fair bit of pressure. But they've just through a couple of bits of confusion, they've let Seamer back in.
Now for our third pair for Bouncer, we have Harmon Seacon and Harrison Blake. Harmon on strike, Harrison non-striker, and Aaron Todd to bowl the first ball of this pair. That's out. That is Clint Hinchcliffe's bread and butter.
Yeah, it's just such a luxury, isn't it, to have a left-hander on that offside 2 line. They eat those up.
It is.
Yeah.
That's pretty much his only job in the field, Hinchy, is to take take that ball. I mean, he's there to stop a couple going to the back net, sure, but
and bowl a couple of useful overs as well,
which we will see probably in the last pair. It's a long-known tactic of the Seamer boys to save the spin for the end, and it wasn't uncommon when Ty Hopes was in this side playing with Hinchy that the two of them would just bowl the last 4 overs together and just cause all kinds of problems.
Yeah. Yeah, you were a brave man to bat 3rd or 4th against Seamer, weren't you?
Well, there's a saying: whatever you concede in your first 3 pairs, that's pretty much what you're chasing.
Yeah.
But that's
in at the hip again.
Not to rule out the fact that the last pairing is an extremely experienced one of Blair Oakley, who has represented Australia at the Opens level, and Duncan Taylor, who himself has played many a carnival at the Opens level. So game's not over yet.
Yeah, and you would think,
Lovely shot.
You know, who knows, but you would think Hinchy will bowl 1 to each pair. He'll bowl 1 to this pair probably and 1 to the last. He's actually carrying a bit of a niggle too, in with a calf injury, I think.
Yep.
Corky from footy. Yep.
You heard that right, people. He plays footy as well. He's in the waffle, and there's a chance, and not given by the umpire. Fair call. Extremely tight. Well run by Harmon, and that is the over, and a maiden over. So well bowled, Aaron Todd.
Seamer boys just got on with it there, but I think they were a bit disappointed that wasn't given.
Oh, look, yeah, they've moved straight on. You know, years back there might have been a bit of carry on, but no more. I think their respect for the umpires at all levels of the game has really improved in recent years, which is a great thing to see.
Yep.
And I think anyone who's been in the chair can respect how tough some of these calls are. And we have the beauty of seeing it from the other end. Sometimes we can have a different perspective, but to an umpire, all they might see is the back of someone's shirt. And you can't give what you don't see. So
when it's as tight as that, you're guessing, aren't you? You haven't got the benefit of a replay.
No, you certainly don't. And we have Travis Keys to bowl this second over now.
Oh,
that's a little there's called the run, and there is a mix-up. There is a huge mix-up.
That same situation as we were talking about before, because it hit the side net and was going to be 2 plus the run, they sort of took the gamble, but no communication.
No, I mean, look, I've got headphones on and I could hear a big fat yes from, I'm pretty sure Harmon was one that called that.
Yeah, he was
the one that ran it.
Once he saw the misfield, he was off.
I don't know about you, I didn't hear a no, and in this particular occasion, Harrison Blake running to the non-danger end at the time.
Or not running, as the case may be.
Running, but, you know, you've got to trust your partner. That's number one rule of batting. Trust your partner. Trust your partner.
Yeah, Harrison just got caught ball watching a little bit. He turned to see the misfield and didn't hear the call, obviously. That's a great shot.
Very well. That's the second time we've seen that leg side chop almost into the top of the wire there. Very, very good shot.
It's not out, but it's a great bit of fielding.
Very good fielding. Not sure if the umpire gave that not out because the batsman was in his ground, or whether possibly they didn't think he had control of the ball on the flick there. No, the ball course flying out of his hand after he hit the stump.
Yeah.
Another very difficult situation for umpires to be able to give that out confidently.
Because we're so close to it, we could see that Ross flicked it onto the stump, but very hard to tell from where Mel is. Been another pretty good over from Keesey. Good bowler for a keeper. Gets it in tight, in at leg stump. Sorry to all the keepers out there that are also good bowlers. That's a great shot.
Another very good shot there. The Seamer boys targeting the legs, and the Bouncer boys just taking it all day. They're actually playing off their legs probably better than the first and second pairs here are getting it over the fielders, which is providing them some good runs. An excellent over, 14 off it.
Yep. Tracking for their little sort of mid-20s, this pair.
Cruel game cricket sometimes. I mean, as you said, Keesey actually bowled a pretty good line and length there, right up into the hip, and they just played the shots very well. So
I think Cam got a bit sort of wrong-footed on the 2 line, because that didn't go over his head by that far, but his body was going the wrong way to get his arm. So this will be a real test for these boys.
And I think they brought him on to stem the flow. It was a very good positive over there. The guys are going to want to consolidate these 14 runs. But I don't know about you, mate. If you've never faced Hinchy before, I can tell you this goes every which way. Left, right, forward, up, bounce, skidding straight through. And he's delivered that one nicely. And the flick would have had him.
Yeah,
just
absolutely.
wide.
It's a good cricket shot, but straight to the back stumper off the net.
So, left arm wrist spin here. He has an excellent wrong one. And there it is.
That's a peach.
Wow. Batsman, there's just a cheeky smile on his face there. You know he's been beaten all ends there, and now starts playing with your mind. Which way's it going to go? There it is again.
Knowing Hinchy as you do, is there a tell with his wrong one? Is there?
No, there really isn't. You can learn Ty Hope's wrong one after a while, but Hinchy hides that wrong one so very beautifully.
Yeah.
But it's not just a wrong one and a leggy that he's got. He's also got one that kicks up.
Interesting then, Harrison took turn out of the equation. Just decided to get down the track.
Well, when you're facing a third ball, that's
going to
exactly
be out.
Right, yes. And once again, you see that breakdown in communication. I think almost as soon as Harman hit that ball, he said, wait.
Yeah.
And it was too late. Harrison had backed up too far. He was almost at the yellow line there. And that was all she wrote. So another wicket there, and that's exactly what the bouncer balls are trying to avoid off Hinchy.
That was just over-committing. Been pretty much all wrong-uns from Hinch this over.
As I say, he read that last one, he anticipated, and he got himself an easy couple of runs there. So, just the one by the look of it. So, great over there by Clint Hinchcliffe, just the one run from it and the one wicket. Score is on 7, team total on 52. They're going to want a big, strong over here to finish.
Neg 7 off that, and really, mainly because of the confusion. I mean, good over from Hinch.
Yeah.
As you say, let the ball get a bit older before he bowls so that it can really bite. And it's a handful.
Ross Nesbitt now to bowl his second over. And the final one of this pair. It's a lovely bit of swing down the leg side there. And
chance to Keezy.
Yeah, tough one to take. Those leg side stumpings are the hardest ones of all. And he had got a glove on it, but didn't quite pouch it.
They pride themselves on taking those, don't they, these keepers? They're that good. Good line and a good shot.
Swinging back on the middle stump there, and Harman making room, just backing away slightly to punch it over Aaron Todd's head for an easy 2.
Really want to finish strong here, the bouncer boys. Get it up to 60 with the pair to go.
Yeah, same ball again, same result.
Shot.
Yeah, very good. He's got lovely shape there, Ross, but he's just starting it too wide. It's an easy 2, playing off the stumps, but plenty of time to see it. He really needs to get up into that hip. 3 balls to come. There we go. That's better. That's pretty good fielding by Cameron Todd, and the boys like it. Not given. Not given. Cameron Todd unhappy with that decision.
He is, but, as you said before, they take it in their stride. It was interesting, Toddy, that time electing to go the turn and throw rather than, like, he turned himself inside out.
The flick, yeah.
But it was the right decision and a great ping. They just naturally flick the ball behind their back so regularly, these blokes, but Toddy was falling into the net, so he made the right choice, and great execution. Tight one again.
Would have been a great one to review had the technology been available, but behold, here we go, final ball, and that's wide. Oh, half a chance there.
Got their 60, so finished strong with the last pair. And
8 runs off the over. You'd take that, and final pairing now are Blair Oakley and Duncan Taylor, veterans of this side, to really bring this bouncer score up to something they can defend. You wouldn't think 60 would be much of a challenge for the Seamer boys, but they can get to 85, 90 perhaps. Duncan Taylor's known to really go for the back net sometimes. He's certainly capable of hitting some big runs, and Blair Oakley, one of the best bats in WA. Mitch Todd will be opening up the bowling, ribs and all.
Without the benefit of the scorecard, I would say that they've all hit 30 plus off the stick, all 3 pairs, but they've just, a couple of sort of run-outs that just communication error run-outs. Take those out of the equation, and
look at that fielding.
There's another one.
Wow.
And when they field like that, it's hard.
Yeah.
Very difficult.
Yeah. Normally you hit a ball that cleanly off the legs, your momentum
You're
is
thinking
falling
it's a run.
forward. You're
Yeah.
going, I'm going to run here. It's just Aaron Todd, very quick reactions, just palm that one down and then simple tap
Yeah.
to the keeper for an easy wicket.
And that's the sort of fielding that causes the confusion, isn't it?
It is. Oh, inside out. I don't think he meant to hit it there.
No, he did not. And he's laughing.
Yeah. He is. Right-hander on strike now. First couple of balls from Mitch Todd there, angling in to the feet of the batsman.
And it's 2 on the leg side. They got 2 on the leg for both. It's a good shot by Blair.
Sorry. I thought you were going to show me a feed or something. Apologies, just checking the feed there, Hully.
No worries.
Some other comments are coming through. Oh, wow. That's a very, very good take from a ball that it is given leg side. I was going to say I couldn't see a signal there. I'm pretty sure it was wide.
Duncan looking a bit rusty because
Almost
normally
a
he's
run
just
out.
leaving that every day of the week,
Yeah.
knowing that it's a big leg side.
And yeah, really targeting the legs
Yeah.
here to seam boys.
He's strong off his pads, but he's not able to get that down and up, and so it's not necessarily a safe shot, especially with the way the Seamer boys are fielding.
Ooh. Side net there, 2 scored and over. So good over there from Mitch Todd. The wicket at the start certainly helped. 4 runs from it. A lot of work to do. 3 overs to go. How do you see it, Hully? What do you reckon they're capable of?
They built back pretty well there, considering wicket first ball. It's always a horrible way to start a partnership, isn't it?
It is.
But no, it worked. Hit the side nets from then on. I think Hinchy's over is going to be key, as we talked about earlier on. But they can still get themselves to 80, 85, I think.
Well, it's 21 runs away from here. And
on cue,
Hinchy right into it now. They're going to put a foot to the throat, are they?
Interesting to see whether he goes Wrongans or China's to the left-hander, because the Wrongans obviously back in at the lefty.
Yeah, that one's gone wide.
Ross just letting that one go at the back net.
Wrong side of the stumps there.
He's got away with one there.
Leading edge over the height challenged Mark Rice.
It's interesting.
Any other man in the team probably would have pouched that, but that's a long way to jump for the little man. And I will pay for that comment later.
It's good length, but well played by Dunk.
So Mark Rice's birthday today, Hully.
Yes.
You hadn't caught that one as well, so happy birthday, Mark Rice. And that's another lovely shot.
Not that I suspect she's listening, but it's my mum's birthday today as well, so happy birthday, Mum. Justin Kutz's birthday as well.
Easy Justin Kutz's birthday as well, indeed.
Yeah. Famous day, June 12. They'll be pretty happy with this. 12 off the over. Hinch hasn't bowled
Indeed.
about over at all, but they've nudged a couple, got
Yeah,
lucky
well.
with the leading edge. The
that's
Roggan.
right through him. Yep. He just gets that length just right. You got to make a decision. He's played for the outie. It's come back in the wrong and takes out middle stump, and it's still lying on the floor.
Yeah. Any wrist spinner, their length is the length that's hitting the top of the stumps, and that hit the top of middle.
Exactly right.
It's really hard to play that.
I noticed Duncan Taylor hasn't turned around to see the damage that ball did either. It's not something you should really do as a batter. If you've been castled, you don't turn around and look at it, because you can't get that image out of your head. You just walk forward, you have a chat to your partner, you say, sorry mate, I'll try not to do that again. 11 runs on the board, score is 71. A couple of solid overs here, and that 85 is still very much on the cards.
Yeah, Ricey, bowled a good first over. That Yorker to
Peach, wasn't it?
it was.
Absolute
He'll be
peach.
looking to hone in. I think they're targeting Duncan stumps as well, given he's a little bit rusty and hasn't played a hell of a lot this year. Oh, that's well bowled. Killing for the court behind or the stumped?
I think he's appealed for the stumping. It was a bit of an upwards sort of jumping motion there from Duncan Taylor. His feet never left the ground though, but that ball must have really kicked up to do that. Mark Rice, more often known to skid the ball through at pace rather than get that kick, but a wonderful variation there.
Yeah, that looked like a bit of an off-cutter. Definitely bounced, as you said.
Wow.
There's that Yorker we were talking about.
Wow, did you see that one come back in? He's played for that 2-3 inches outside off stump, and that's just cannoned into the base of off stump. What a peach, Mark Rice. You would have had a pretty good look on that angle, mate.
Yeah.
You got the better line. How much did that move?
Beautiful in-swinger.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, complete package, Mark Rice, and there's a reason he's All-Australian.
I think what put the seed of doubt in Duncan's mind as well was that the one before had popped on him.
Yep.
So he sort of was leaning back a little bit, and that just ducked back in late. Another one.
Same ball, yeah.
It's really well played. That was another great great seed, but
He wasn't going to make the same mistake twice.
he was
he? Yeah.
equal to it, yeah.
Just missed out there.
Yeah, that was wide.
Why, that should have been an easy 2 runs, particularly for Blair Oakley, but I guess, you know, they're in their head, really, aren't they? He's thinking, oh, am I going to get the inning? Am I going to get the one that cuts away or cuts into me here?
Yeah.
He's missed out on an
That's
easy 2,
really-
and he's missed that one as well. We'll take the 1.
Really good over from Ricey.
Excellent over there. That's 2 castles for Ricey in this game. Happy birthday, Mark Rice.
So leaves it at 70 with an over to go, Steve. So still, you know, no outs this over. Get it to 80.
And they'll have something to defend. Cameron
Yeah.
Todd just coming out for a quick refresher break. We'll call
Hopefully-
that spitting the gum out.
Hopefully there's no camera in there.
No. That's all right. I think he just came out to sanitise his hands. We're going to be COVID safe in these games, and that's an expensive wide.
Yeah.
A lot of pace on that ball. Jeez. He kicked it up a notch.
In the 21s game, he bowled short and got it up in the ribs, which wasn't bad tactics. About that sort of area.
Very good ball, that one.
Yeah.
You throw 5 short ones at a batsman, he's not going to expect the Yorker. So that one is 2 full and
Really good
dispatched.
shot by Blair. Ripper shot.
That was neither too short or too full. It was right in the hitting zone.
Yeah. It's as
Given
safe,
the treatment.
as safe a 7 as you can hit, sort of low and into the corner. No chance of being run out. It's the ideal Zach.
Bit of bounty going on the front court there. Focusing again. Yeah, it's a lovely shot. Just the one.
Ooh, still tight. That Hinchy left arm chance.
Ross Nesbitt paying for it.
So up to 80 now.
It's not the first one he's copped in the ankle too, and he's got a right smile on his face as well. He can probably hear us from here. And there it is again.
Oh.
Oh, no. I think we can blame Hinchy for that. In a roundabout way. That's it's fairly routine for Ross Nesbitt. Unsurprising result there, putting that one down.
Yeah.
His ankle must still be sore. Two to come.
Interesting from Blair having another dip. I think they've decided it's going to be short or full. You know, Cam's not bowling anything in between. There's no sort of mid-length.
And what do you know, Hully? That's 85 on the board. With the ball to go.
There
And
we go.
great ball, full and wide, not given by the umpire,
It's not a wide, no.
not a wide. That is an excellent delivery. That's the kind of ball you bowl on a third ball.
Yep.
One of the hardest ones to hit. And he didn't even attempt a shot there, but they'll be very happy that they've resurrected the innings here. His final pairing with 25 runs is a familiar number. We've seen 25 twice already. It was
And
there for the second pair.
it was.
That last wicket.
Yeah.
And 85 is on the board. They're coming out. A few smiles on their faces. They'll feel they've got a chance, Hully.
Yeah, interesting. Blair with 26 of the 25 and really did hit him well. But I thought Dunk actually batted okay. He just got unlucky. Got a couple of really good seeds. So
Well, the one from Mark Rice would probably have to be ball of the innings.
he got bowled by Hinchy and bowled by Ricey and didn't really do anything particularly wrong. So, but it's a score to defend, isn't it? 85.
It is. It is indeed.
It's sort of key that they keep the first 2 pairs sort of quiet. Don't let either of them get away with a 30 or thereabouts, because that almost puts the game to bed. But they've got a good attack. Big bunch of fellas. They'll be lively in the field, I'm sure.
Oh, they will be, and as is the tradition with the Seamer boys, they will open up strong. Most likely, I haven't seen the lineup yet,
Hinchy
but
and Cam.
it'll be Hinchy and Cam or
Hinchy
Mitch
and
Todd.
Mitch. Yeah,
it is
Hinchy
Hinchy and Mitch.
There we go.
I mentioned earlier Mitch Todd, very, very capable batter. Played a few seasons of county cricket over in England as a batsman. Just bowls the office to get by, I think, but between these two boys, they'll be looking to put on a solid 30 to 40 runs here with very little risk. You'll see a lot of balls go up into the wire for 2. And this will be a test of a relatively young bouncer side, particularly the newcomers, the young fellas coming up from 21s. Be great experience for them. So 85, the score to beat. And looks like Luke Taylor will be taking the first over with the brand new pill. You get a new ball each innings at this level. So plenty of movement you would expect. And Luke, an absolute master of the swing ball.
Well, nobody in the seamer side bowled particularly quick, but they swung it. They definitely got it to shape.
As we saw in the first 8 overs, a lot of wide from that swing as well.
Yep.
Let's see if I was about to say,
a left side.
The boys can control it any better, and they started almost exactly the same way the seamer side started, with a wide down the leg side.
Yeah.
Just adjust here.
Great.
That was fantastic reactions there.
I tell you what it was great awareness by Mitch. You know,
Yep.
he generally you've taken a couple of steps at least in that
Yep.
situation, you're gone.
Yeah.
But he was going nowhere.
I must say, I was a little surprised by that shot. You don't normally see Hinchy tee off from sort of ball dot.
Second ball, yeah.
Oh,
Well
wow.
bowled. Really well bowled by Luke.
Caught him absolutely off guard there, and like I was saying before, you bowl a few short balls, you're not expecting the full one. Well, he's got a couple of full, he wasn't expecting that short one. And that's a rare sight, seeing Hinchy unrattled. Oh, wow. Speaking of rare.
The strangest start to an innings I've ever seen. It's the leg side.
Am I on the right game?
And
What's
he's whacked
going on
one
here?
Whacked one back and nearly ran his partner out. Then up in the rib cage, and then the 7.
Should have stuck with the short ball.
9 off 4. Standard.
Oh,
It's well bowled
side
again.
edge there.
It's actually been really well bowled this over, but he's still gone for 9. It's unlucky.
We know he's a very capable batter, Clint Hinchcliffe, but I'm telling you, folks, you just don't see that very often.
Oh, and another good seed.
Wow.
Geez, as you said, Mitch is no mug. He's a really good opening bat, and he's looked troubled there. 2 inside edges from 2 balls.
Those ribs giving him some grief still, do you think, mate?
I'd say so. It's one of those things, isn't it? Ribs, they're not going to change how you play, but it makes you uncomfortable, so you're just not feeling yourself, and yeah.
I don't know the whole story, but did he lose a fight with a bowling machine?
Oh,
Was that what happened?
I'm not 100% sure.
Someone cranked the thing up to 110 miles an hour, and
Is that the story you've heard?
well, I believe so. And he's cracked a rib. I might have my facts mixed up here, but
No altercations with stairs at a nightclub or anything like that then?
I wouldn't have thought so. It's very unlike Mitch. Good Christian lad. That's a lovely tanning up for Hinchy there. That's the sort of game I was expecting to come out of these two, but they've hit the accelerator right from the first over. 11 runs, 7 balls. It's a great start from the Snakes.
Hasn't been risk-free, but they're away.
Nice.
It's great fielding.
Yep. Half a chance there, a little bit of outswing, and probably not exactly where Mitch wanted to hit it, but he'll take the 2. He's off the mark.
Blair probably just bounced that a bit early. Sort of probably needed to aim at the base of the stumps rather than the bounce throw.
Would have been another challenging call for the umpire to have to make if he'd hit there, but
Yeah.
well executed.
Oh, well bowled. Oh, and a good, it's a great shot
Lovely
hit.
shot. 2-4, you can't bowl there.
Still had shape on it. I was right behind that, and it was swinging back nicely, but Hinch made it into a half volley. A bit of confusion.
Yep. Chance at a little bit of a tap there. He read it. He just didn't cleanly connect there. So young Harrison Blake there fielding at point.
And there, when you're defending 85, you've got to take half chances, don't you?
Something the senior boys did very well. And that's wide down the leg side. A little bit extra effort in that ball from Louis Crawford. It's targeting that in-swinger right into Hinchy's ankles. I think he's the best place to bowl to him.
Yeah.
But if you get it wrong...
Oh, that's too
my.
high. That's a no ball.
No, not given.
I thought she called it. Yeah, she did call it.
She did call it?
Yeah, is it no? Got him in the glove just above the hip, around the hip sort of region. And he hasn't got outdoor gloves on either. He's got the little thin gloves. That's going to hurt. would have just
And he's
squashed his hand
yeah.
between the bat and the ball.
He's grabbing the finger. He's grimacing a little bit. He doesn't like that. And there's two balls. One, admittedly, a fully, and the other one, an excellent short ball by Luke Taylor that has really caught Clint Hinchcliffe off guard. I think he's anticipating everything to be nice and full and in his zone. And the bouncer the bouncer boys are smart about this. They might keep one or two of those shorter ones up their sleeve and just keep Hinchy guessing a little bit. Armin Seacon coming on to bowl now is right arm leg spin.
Yep.
Just got that one a little bit too short. An easy 2 runs to Mitch Todd there, so thank you very much.
Tall for a leg spinner.
Very tall, ripping the ball in his
and
pre-ball warm-up here. Here he comes.
Even though a fraction short, that first one really bounced. That's good line, good length.
And that's what you get out of a tall leg spin bowler, is a decent bounce.
What we did see is Hinchy waited in the first innings until the ball had lost a bit of its hardness before. But Harmon's obviously comfortable with the newer rock.
Unfortunately, that's what happens with a new ball. It can be just a tad slippery.
Yeah.
And he's tried to rip that one, and as a result, dragged it down, bouncing at the halfway mark. An easy 2 again for Mitch Todd. Probably just needs to slow it down a bit, would you say, Hully? Just let it float up there, let the ball do the work off the pitch.
The previous ball to the lefty was the right length. Yeah, that's a bit of length.
That's
really troubled him.
So great length there, and I think that was
either a wrong one or
I think it was a wrong. I just saw the hand turn different at the delivery point there.
Yeah.
So he's got one.
The way it squirted out to point definitely sort of indicated it went away from the lefty. That's well bowled as well.
Same ball. Yeah, very good.
Mitch has played all over the top of that. It was full enough to get it on the full, but he's sort of waiting back in his crease, not looking to get forward. Bit short again.
Yep.
There's no room for error when you bowl these.
No, it's too short. The hole over there too short. Couple of decent balls there, but a couple of dots and 8 runs is a great batting over in anyone's language. Just
risking getting away from them here. If they can't get a wicket in this pair and they end up with 40 plus, that's half of them done. With one pair, it's trouble then for the bouncer boys.
It is.
That said, they just need to take one of these half chances and get themselves back in it.
3 overs, 32 runs, and over to go. Jamie Burgess he seems to be having fun. I'm not quite sure at this point in the game. 3 overs in, they should be relaxing. I think Bouncer Boy's looking a little flat. Blair Oakley trying to pump him up with a bit of a hand clap. They need a wicket. They need a wicket to start the rot. Whoa! Oh my goodness me!
Jamie's bowled himself off his feet.
Still there for ball there from Jamie Burgess. We'll put that down to some slippery soles, I think. Maybe a wet patch on the ground there. my.
Ooh.
I was so enamoured by the roly-polies there, it was hard to tell whether... Was that given short?
It was a no-ie.
It was a no-ie? Okay.
Yeah. He doesn't leave any in the bag when he bowls, does he? He steams in.
He's in 5th gear the whole way.
Love this.
Going around the wicket now. Oh,
this will be up in Hinchy's
short ball
grill
coming.
for sure.
He's kind of copping on the chin here. You watch. Here we go. Jamie Burgess round the wicket. Yeah, he went for it.
Nothing surer. And Hinch was waiting. He was back on the back stool just thinking, here we go.
No ball again, called by the umpire. Now, I think Hinchy's probably willing to say that he's going to have another crack. I wouldn't be surprised if he steps back and absolutely clobbers him. No, another one wide. This is going to be expensive. These are all being re-bowled as well.
A bit messy. You sort of tactically tend to bowl your safer bowlers, last over to a pair.
Yeah. And someone's going to have a word to him here because that's 3 in a row now. Push way down leg side. Blair Oakley coming in. Is he going to say anything?
Oh, yeah. Back over the wicket, I think, which is a good call.
Absolutely.
Should be looking to push it across Hinch rather than angling it in at him like that.
Yeah. That's a better ball. Oh, little potential confusion, but there's a big difference between the communication of these two sides. Hully, a little bit of uncertainty is an automatic no. Both batters knew it. No one came down half committed.
Yeah.
You can give them a sniff.
I think whenever guys are involved in Let's watch this 2 or 3 there. Whenever guys are involved in state training and that sort of thing before they go away to a nationals, they're in the zone and they don't back up too far. They don't overcommit. They know if their partner doesn't hit it really clean, they're not going.
Yep.
And it's shown with the way that Mitch has backed up a few times.
Yeah. Slow that one down, and it's an easy 2 for Mitch.
Yeah. Here's that messy sort of mid-40s that Bouncer did not want to see.
Now, the change of pace there, is that I'm out of gas, or I'm just going to pull it back and make sure I don't bowl another wide? And there he is. Yeah, he's falling over on his action here.
Yeah, and it's brisk enough, and he's got shape on it. He's just got to start it in the right place. I think the left and right has mucked him around a bit, but just got to adapt.
Better
That's
ball.
his line.
He didn't fall over to the left on that occasion there. He's managed to follow through straight with his action and kept that one from sliding down the legs. 2 runs results anyway, but at least he doesn't have to re-bowl it. The score, he's now at a mammoth 50 runs for this pair with a single ball left. Mitch Todd will be looking for a nice safe 2.
And it's well bowled again.
And
they'll take 50.
I think that's hit him in the ribs. Yeah, he's grimacing, he's limping. Here you go. Not that one again, not the ribs. I've already been pummeled there. I don't need to be pummeled there again. But all smiles. You don't really feel the pain when you're walking off with 50 runs, and the Snakes will be extremely happy with that start. Chasing 85 is more than half the runs taken care of. As the next pair come to the crease, Aaron Todd and Travis Keys. Those who've ever had to bowl to these two know they hit the ball extremely hard. A.R. Todd, a couple of seasons back, was the leading run scorer for the Super League competition, MVP for the season as well. Travis Keys, first season with the Seamer Snakes, having moved over from Balladura, the Panthers. And as I said earlier in the broadcast, he is a all-or-nothing man. You will see 50 runs or you'll see nothing from him. Let's see how we go now. Luke Taylor bowled his second over. Oh, that's right in the Jazz crackers, that one. No, just a little bit lower than we thought. Missed out on the 2 there. And Luke bowling very well. He's had a cracker of a first over, didn't he, Ali?
Yeah, he's bowled really well. He's that's the leg side. Just ducked in late, that ball. Started on the right line, but just ducked down the leg side. Yeah, I mean, it's tough now because they have to throw something at this pair. They've really got to bowl some key bowlers and try and just limit what these two can do. And if they get, if this pair gets away, then obviously the game's over.
A couple of wides here, the cricket equivalent to walking a batter, and another one there. That's 3 in a row. Geez, I put the mocker on him. I do apologise for any Bouncer fans out there. I said he bowled a cracker in the first, and then we have 3 wides in a row, and Travis Keys is just standing up to each one of them saying, "Thanks very much. Can I have another?"
You could stop far lap, Stevie, the way you commentate. Safely played by Trev.
Speaking of stopping horses, there's another commentator from the Seamer ranks that could stop the Melbourne Cup. Old Vinny Sandy, if you're paying attention, mate, he's busy with the European Cricket League over there, and he's one of the most charismatic commentators going around. I take my hat off to you, my friend. I hope you're enjoying your time.
Jeez, there's some humour in that European Cricket League.
And it's not all generated by the commentary team, let me tell you that much.
No. I saw a ball he commentated that went straight into the keeper's gloves and they ran 3.
Yes.
I think that's magic. Just goes to show that cricket should be played at all levels all around the world. Doesn't matter who you are.
It should. There are a number of clips that have been posted of some humorous things that have happened on the cricket field. I think that I have one memory of a ball being glanced down to fine leg, and no one was there, and the ball went over the boundary line, and it hit someone painting a barn.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Where'd the barn come from?
Did you see the footage of the Test match in England where the ball landed in that lady's pint?
Yes.
She's on the sideline. Lucky they got plastic cups over there.
Oh. And there's the swing we were talking of earlier. Put it in the zone. He's going to have a crack.
Never dies wondering, does he?
No. Just replaying that shot again, going, no, I wanted to get that about 30 inches higher. And there it is.
Well
great
taken.
catch. Great catch.
So the third partnership for the Bouncer boys working in tandem there.
Mm-hmm.
And catching it off Harrison's bowling. Got nice little
1-2
shapes,
combination.
Harrison, little outswingers.
Yes, indeed. And that is the first wicket, I believe, for the Bouncer boys.
It
so
is.
nice celebration there.
and again,
is another
same
one,
combination.
Same result again. And Todd just going down and have a word to his batting partner saying, are you picking him out? What's going on here?
Maybe that's a plan. Because it is interesting, and obviously they know how Keezy bats, but it's very deep for the two-liner to be back where the netball line is. You know, normally you'd be a couple of steps in from there.
Yeah, I think it's a bit of a set play there.
Oh,
And
absolutely.
another wide. Oh,
But you see that on a Wednesday night down here, but you don't see it normally in A-grade Super League, do you?
no, in fact, almost just about any Super League level, you'd have your two fielders on the line
And then charging
and
in.
then charging in.
Yeah.
But like I say, you know what he's going to do. He's going to have a swing, and if he gets out, he's just going to swing harder at the next ball.
Well, perhaps also Harrison being a pace-off sort of outswingers and off-cutters, they probably thought Keezy is going to go after him.
Yeah.
And worked well for the Bouncer boys.
Keezy, a very good eye. Doesn't matter how fast you bowl to him. If his eye's in, the ball will go. So you do need to change it up a little bit, mix up your pace, a little bit of swing, a little bit of cut, and paid off for him on that occasion. 2 wickets. Harrison Blake breaking the drought for the Bounceroos. And we now have the other Taylor, Duncan Taylor, to bowl his first over.
Feels as though Toddy's hardly faced the ball. He's down there now. Yeah, that's good.
That's good.
That's
Yep.
good.
No, good ball.
Just lent in a fraction. Oh, there's a run there.
No, that's a rookie mistake, that one. Someone's not paying attention there. I'm not sure whether that was a wild throw, whether it's kicked off the pitch or maybe Luke Taylor was half asleep there.
Yeah.
I'm not sure why Toddy wanted to give up the strike. As you said, he's barely faced a ball. He didn't get one equal play there, and he's still giving up the strike. He might have a crack here.
Is he paying $20 for this game? He won't want to miss out too many more times.
Maybe someone will take a dive and they'll call him in to bat again.
Oh. No, he's got away with it. Off the non-striker, wasn't it? I think it hit Keezy. Maybe his bat.
I thought it might have hit someone's knee there, but
Yeah.
the ball was alive. It was there to be caught and just landed safely. The thing with indoor cricket, there is not much space. Oh, that one, he's got away with it. Just past the outstretched hand of Harmon. It would have been his third catch.
You almost, when Keezy's on strike, you almost want a second bloke next to Harmon because it's all going there.
And if you notice, he's moved right up to the line. Had he stayed on that yellow line where he took those 2 catches before, I reckon he would have pouched that one.
Yeah, possibly. Although he's closer for Toddy than he is for Trav.
Closer for Toddy. The may as well be sitting down for Toddy. I don't think he's hit one yet. Coming around the wicket. Just glancing that one off his leg. No shot offered. That is over.
And they've put the brakes on. You know, they've kept this pair to 11 off 3, so over to go. But they really need an over where they just sort of go bang bang and take a couple of wickets just to sway things back their way.
So, first ball of this 8th over will be a third ball, if I saw that flash on the screen correctly. So batters will have to score off this ball.
Yep. And that's the thing with little fumbles into the corner like we saw before. That, you know, it's not that big a deal. It's only 1 run, but it takes away the chance to get onto a third ball. You know,
Exactly.
That's what you just got to not waste those opportunities.
There is the umpire calling third ball. Brandon Lusk for his first over in the match.
Oh,
No
it's a
ball.
no. He's
Oh, wow. What a comedy that was. Well,
Trav thought he had to run, but didn't.
talk us through, Harley. What just happened there?
Well, Trav obviously thinking third ball, we've got to score here, but didn't hear the no ball call and thought he'd scamper off after he missed it.
And to be fair, I'm actually not quite sure how we missed it. Yes, it was a no ball, but that was
fully.
that was a home run. Missed out. Keeper's fumbled.
Oh, that's a good ball.
It's a great ball.
Yeah, I think that's what Brandon wanted third ball, was to bowl that exact same ball. Brings the keeper into the game. You get a run out up this end with that ball. It's a good shot.
It's a lovely shot. 1 bounce into the back net. 5 scored there. And he's been waiting 3.5 overs for that ball, that exact ball, to do exactly that. Aaron Todd now gets to face there's a third ball of the pair. Here we go. And possibly could have left that, but he's played it for... Has he managed 2 off that? He has.
Score moves along to 70. More importantly, Hully, they are tied for the skin with 3 balls to go.
Yeah.
As long as nothing silly happens here, they can walk away with an all-important second skin. Oh, and
Bit of confusion.
Yep, there was a chance there, definitely half a chance. The tap was reasonable.
It was a bit high and wide
little high and
for
wide.
Blair, wasn't it? He nearly was able to flick it back,
Yeah.
but you could see what he was thinking, just couldn't get it in his hand.
It's probably the half chance they needed. 2 balls to go. They need a wicket here. And he's just going to block it out, Aaron Todd.
I think that from a total score chase, they feel as though they're probably well in control, so they don't need to do anything silly here.
No, they don't need the runs, they just want the skin.
Yeah.
On the ball now, and Hully, in a situation like this, what do you bowl? Okay, you need a wicket. You know they're not going to run. He's not going to do anything silly. The ball has to be on the stumps.
And it's the right ball.
Yeah.
Probably a fraction closer to leg stump than outside off, but tried to york him, which I think is the right thing to do. Third ball, of course, doesn't carry over between pairs, so this pair go in fresh.
Yep, and that's the skin to the Seamer Snakes with 22 on the board. And it wasn't all smooth sailing. I think they got there with Travis Keys punching that full ball to the back net for 5. That really got him over the line there. The rest was just knocking around to keep it out. And the Snakes in absolute control of this match, Hully.
They are. This was an interesting pair. It wasn't your standard sort of bunting it around for 2 and whatever. A lot of wides, a lot of back net hitting. A couple of catches on the deep 2 line.
Yeah. The wides are probably a little bit concerning. It's the first, full season, fair to say, we've had in a couple of years due to obviously COVID and other restrictions in place. So you could argue a case for a little bit of rustiness, but we're halfway through the season here. That kind of stuff should be well and truly out of the game. And a wrong in here from Harman to start off. He does have one, Hully. Let's see if we can pick it.
Yes. Did you say how many weeks till finals in the comp?
Ooh, you've got me there, Hully.
We're a fair way away.
I'm looking around to see if anyone can give me that information if is tuning in.
Oh, that was the wrong one.
Yeah.
Couldn't really see anything that different in his action, but definitely turned back in to the righty. Yeah, well, we'd be halfway.
Yeah, I do. Certainly we're not quite at the business end of the season yet, but every win, every point counts. Of course, for those who are perhaps not familiar with how
that's the length. You got to make them hit flat. The minute you drop short, they can just get down and up, and it's a safe 2 every time. That's a great length.
Well, we failed to acknowledge the 2 batters at the crease is Jimmy Groves on strike and Ross Nesbitt non-strike as another decent ball there, good length. Good throw there by, was that through that one? It was Lewis Crawford.
It's a real tough skill bowling wrist spin because everybody that bats in this game these days just plays you off the back foot so deep in their crease. So good length bowling is short bowling.
Yeah. So
you've got to even be fuller than a good length, which we see only really the top end of leg spinners that get away with that.
Yeah. It's well weighted that shot. Ross Nesbitt anticipating the leggy on that occasion, got it right. Just bats it down for an easy 2 and
a bit quicker that time from Harman.
Or again, is it half a chance? He's on the back foot there, so he's got to make up those yards. And a direct hit might have had him in trouble.
Yeah, it would have been out, I think. Direct hit, but fraction wide of the stumps.
Of course, Louis Crawford in a difficult position to throw that one as well. Also, on the turn.
Yeah, he's
backwards.
Off balance. We saw in the previous innings Jimmy fielding on the leg side. It's much easier there because you're naturally, your body's open to throwing, whereas he's had to throw against his body weight. Something that speaking of the Queenslanders earlier on, they just have that skill down pat, throwing off balance.
Yeah.
Never seen a stateside at all levels of the, whether it's Masters or whether it's Opens, whatever, hit the stumps as often as they do.
Yeah.
That's a good line.
Yeah,
Harrison bowled. Yeah, he bowled a good first over.
He did the 1-2 combo with Harman for a couple of catches on Travis Keys.
Yeah,
that's good fielding.
He's got the 2 liners in normal positions now because Keesy's not in there. So,
and just a little bit of pressure being applied. They're on 11, so far so good.
Oh,
yeah, and they're going to run on the slight misfield there, just the one. Helping the umpire out there, Hully, I see. wasn't perhaps clear to her because there was a body in the way, but that was well kept off the net by Harrison.
It was an interesting one because Luke's on the back sticks here and I could see his pain because he thought that's going to hit the stumps and he was hedging whether it did so that he could cover it off the back net, and then it missed the stumps and he
Tough call for a back net fielder when you see it coming to the stumps. You go, this could ricochet any which way.
Yeah.
But, and it's out, is it? They're wanting it. And it's been given a late call by the umpire there, but even from this distance, Ali, I had my suspicions. I think, what's he doing running so far out of his crease on that shot?
Looked out.
He blocked it straight to a fielder and overcommitted there.
I know we're a long way away from it here, but it just looked out.
Deserved to be out, I think.
Harmon's done okay there because he's had to throw it over Ross to get it to the keeper. No chance he could throw it at the stumps because Ross was in his way. So
the umpire there probably just checking to make sure the keeper still had the ball pouched. Of course, if you drop the ball as a keeper whilst you're messing up the timber, so to speak, it can bring a lot of doubt into the decision as to whether you had the ball during the action. But on this occasion, still in the pouch, Brandon Lusk will be keeping there. And the young fellas bringing the bouncer boys, well, I wouldn't say completely back into this game, but they've just applied a little bit of pressure, and pressure does funny things. We saw in the game just prior to this, the last pair in the 21s just needing a paltry 8 or 9 runs off the last few overs of the match. Failed to get there. We might see it again today.
Couldn't get it done. So 3 for -4 off Harrison's 2. So that's excellent bowling. And just goes to show, it wasn't any great pace, but he just had it wobbling, a little bit of outswing, a bit of off-cut. And good lines. He bowled in at the sort of kneecap a lot.
It is. Good lines, good length, and we have Blair Oakley to close out. Oh, sorry, beg your pardon, not closing out. He's
third over, is it? That's the caught and bowled.
And I must admit, not the action I expected to see from Blair Oakley.
No, same. Thought he bowled brisk outswingers, but that's a while ago, obviously.
Possibly sporting an injury here, which is pushed, or has he found a new discipline with some like a regulation leggy there? But let's have another look. Turning it over. Of course, Blair Oakley in his prime, playing for Australia, was a very good, quick outswing bowler.
It's a fair talent to be able to just walk in and bowl these at this standard when you're not traditionally a leg spinner.
I wonder if he's keeping that quicker one up his sleeve.
Or, as you say, maybe injured.
He comes in again. He's getting a good length, you've got to say. The actual designated leg spinner of the team, Harmon Seacon, struggling to find a decent length of his 2 overs. Blair Oakley, all of experience in the world, showing him how it's done. It's well played.
Really good shot.
Yep, kept that one down. He played the first one a bit uppish and paid the price for it. Gets those runs back.
You'd still rather every day of the week as a leg spinner that you're bowling full and getting driven. You know, make them hit it flat.
Exactly.
Bring your fielders into the game.
Two to come. Well left by Jimmy Groves.
Just no turn really. Needed that to spin to get back inside the leg sideline, but just no turn at all.
Jimmy Groves.
Almost front of the hand sort of top spinners rather than leggies. That one turned a bit. Ooh.
Is that considered controlled?
I think it is. Yes, I think he got enough of a hand on it. So
confusing rule. Another difficult call for umpires to make is whether they feel the ball has been sufficiently controlled to not be deemed a misfield, which in this occasion would have cost a few additional runs. It is an umpire's call, but the rule does sort of suggest that the ball needs to be at least heading in the direction of the stumps, whether you're tapping it, flicking it, ricocheting it, palming it, kicking it.
It's an obscure rule, but I think you're right. That's the rule of thumb has to be that if you significantly change the direction of the ball and it's heading somewhere towards the stumps, then that's enough, surely. Hard enough fielding on the 2 line in that little veggie patch at the best of times, let alone when you take that as a 4 rather than a 1. That's a great bit of work.
Not out, probably
needed
controlled.
The direct hit, I think, didn't it?
Couldn't quite see what happened there. And I must say, this is a very interesting and brave call by Blair Oakley to bowl Jamie Burgess. If you remember, he bowled the final over to the first pair, and I think we were here for about 15 minutes waiting for him to finish his over. Because it was just full of wide.
So here's my theory, is that he got unstuck by the left and right combination. When he went around the wicket to Hinch, he just ducked a few down the leg side, which his natural outswinger or inswinger to the left-hander. But I think safer bet bowling to the 2 righties.
Let's hope he doesn't spray one and hope I don't put the mocker on him. And that's
So far, he's been on the money.
Well held there by Jimmy Groves. He saw that there wasn't going to be a run there.
The other thing at play as well is that the ball's a bit older, so not swinging as much, so maybe a bit easier to control.
And despite the apparent one-sidedness of this game, there's only 6 runs in the total and 4 runs in the skin. So once again, we find ourselves in a situation where there's a point to be had here. They need a wicket, the Bouncer boys. That one's held off the net, was it? It is just the run. So we have a 5-run advantage in the skin, 2 balls to go. They are going to need at least 1 wicket here to have any chance of picking up this third skin, the Bouncer boys. Jamie Burgess going around the wicket to Jimmy Groves.
That's not what he wants.
And he declines the re-bowl on that one. Smart decision by James Groves. That means the skin is in the bag.
More than 5 in front. So.
And he can have some fun here if he chooses, or be disciplined and just block it out. It's another one. And
I'd almost have that again.
He's going to have it again. He said, no, I'll have a hit.
Well, you're safe now anyway. So
now, look, Harley, there are 11 runs up with a pair to go. Does he have a crack here?
I would.
And he's just a safe 2 there.
Disciplined.
Very disciplined
Jimmy's
player.
thinking about his spot in the side.
I don't think a man of his calibre would have any doubt over his position in the side.
22 off the stick. He'd be very happy with that.
Very happy indeed. Good performance there from the third pair, Ross Nesbitt and James Groves, which sees our final pair come to the crease. Captain Mark Rice, All-Australian pairing this one. Cameron Todd at the non-striker's end.
And just going back to what you said about Jimmy having a crack at that last ball, given that they're so far in front, sort of in the pair and the game. You can imagine this pair, Ricey and Cam Todd, might just go a bit nuts here. I think if they get 20 in front early, I think they might sort of get after it. Well, it's up to the Bouncer boys to bowl tight and not let that happen.
There'd be few people listening to the broadcast who are indoor cricket fans who wouldn't know the name Mark Rice. He has played for WA, he has played for South Australia, he has played for New South Wales.
Yep.
Not to say he's hopping around the country looking for a particular state. Work takes him around the country and he pays homage to the state that he's in, and we're very lucky to have him here. But those who do know Mark Rice know he is a backnet machine, and I think you will see a couple of balls find their way to the back net off Mark Rice today.
He bats that way naturally.
It
doesn't matter the situation of the game. That's just how he plays. So this is perfectly set up.
And in a lot of ways, it doesn't matter what you bowl to him. Full, short, on the hips. He will find a way to swing the bat. And there is a mistake here, and that's out.
Got him.
Yep. Now, where do you pin that on, Hully?
Well, I think you go with that shot. I think you run.
Yeah.
Because he'd hit it hard enough. He knew that it was going to be a really tough ball to field for the bowler. He went, obviously not any calling, so Cam, because it was hit straight, doubled back. But I think Cam could have just gone with that.
Yeah, there was a very loud yes call as soon as Ricey sensed the misfield there. Great recovery from the bowler Louis Crawford there, picking that one up, picking it straight back to Brandon Luss behind the stumps. Yeah. And the dive couldn't even save Toddy.
The rider on all of that is that when you bat with a guy like Ricey, you're probably hedging your bets a bit because he hits the ball straight and comes back net quite a lot. So you're probably going to lean on your bat a little bit and think, are we going, aren't we?
Yep.
Well played and well fielded.
Cameron Todd
made him run.
A very, very solid stick and an equally disciplined batter like James Groves. You might see him open up as the game is beyond doubt, but in these early couple of overs you'll see a lot of bangs for 2. He does jump around on the crease an awful lot. It's just not a terrible thing.
Yeah.
But you try and bowl at his hip, he'll just jump back, jump in the air and bang it off his hip for a 2. So some exciting cricket to close this game out. We hope 3 overs to go. Is there much hope for the Bouncer boys? Can they do it?
Yeah, so I just don't know where their wickets are coming from. So far, it's been from mistakes. The Seamer guys have sort of hit the ball straight a couple of times. We saw those couple of hole outs on the 2 line. Yeah. It's not as though they're creating a heap of chaos and confusion in the front half. Yeah. Which the opposite was the case when Seamer bowled and fielded.
Perhaps the wickets might come from some undisciplined batting. Boys feeling comfortable with their lead, want to have a crack.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, wicket.
I think this
3 runs in it.
This is the right call too. Yeah. To get Blair on now.
So it's only three bowlers left. We've got, I think it's Blair and Brandon
it's a great shot by Cam.
It is.
But I think what happens here is that you're tempting Ricey. You're saying, okay, what are you going to do here? And if he gets one wrong and side net, back net, caught, that sort of thing, then it might open the game up.
Lead is out to 15 runs, so they're looking
two
for
across on the onside.
at least three wickets here to get back in the game. No. Tempted wrong and gone wrong.
Yes. But I also don't think Blair wants to give too much flight to Ricey.
No.
They'd know each other pretty well.
Oh, no. Oh, Ruth. I was having a little laugh at that one. I was too busy watching Harmon fumble the ball, waiting for the flick in, and realised that two boys are having a conference mid-pitch there. Well, so chances at both ends there. And, you know, they want wickets, but failing to take that golden opportunity there, that should be out. Oh, and he's missed. Cameron Todd coming a long way forward to play that. Only had a few yards to run, but still, another half chance goes begging for the Roos. And 2 balls to come this over. Yeah, that's an easy return catch.
I think that's what they were hoping for, that sort of action, but it's been a messy over so far. It's interesting because the two-liners are hanging back again for Ricey. They're that close to the stumps that we've had a couple of chances that you'd normally see taken.
Of course, there's still another mini game going on here. We've probably neglected to keep an eye on the fourth skin, indeed. Yeah, and at the moment, they've only got 2 on the board.
Yeah,
with
2 overs and a bit to go. That's a 4.
4 scored. Nearly a 7 there.
Yeah,
course,
inches away, wasn't it?
Yep, very, very close. A corner is often given a 7, but it will depend on how that ball rebounds out of these corners. That's what the umpire calls. So
it's a real handy 4 as well, because that's 20 now for the skin. So if it was over 20, if they're needing sort of 23, 24, it's getting a bit dicey.
And so those of you tuning in, the score is 104 chasing 85. The Seamer boys are 19 runs ahead in the game scenario, but they are 20 runs required to get the fourth skin. I think you will see some disciplined batting, hopefully just some nice easy down-ups for 2. Nothing too silly. It's asking a lot of Mark Ricey. Let's not forget, it is his birthday. He may want to celebrate a little bit here, but a couple more wickets and you could probably kiss the skin goodbye, which would be disappointing for the Snakes because they are in a strong position. And there's another useful short ball.
Yeah.
Mark Rice, as short as he is, asking the umpire for a no ball call there, but
I'm not sure it was
forthcoming. No, it's a fair ball. There's another one.
It's not a no-y, but it's a leg side.
Leg side, yeah. Very defensive bowling here by Brandon Lusk. He doesn't want to be on the end of a 7 if he gets that length too full. And in righty mark, and there it is. I'm saying
it wasn't full. It was sort of, it was like a baseball shot, wasn't it? It was short and wide outside the plate, and he just gave it some.
Well, looks like discipline's out the window. They're going to go for this. Oh, that's a good lovely shot. Cameron Todd inside out, just pushes that to the opposite corner for 5.
I don't know it went exactly where he wanted it to go, but he got enough on it that it got there quickly.
He's actually quite good at playing off his body, those inside out shots, as I like to call them, right through the gap.
Yeah.
Duncan Taylor too far to his left, left that wide open now. Brandon Lusk changing direction here. They really need a wicket here. Oh, that's a good ball, that one. Cut him in half.
That's the area.
Mark Rice would have loved the look of that on the length, but it just cut inside him there.
It did.
Past the inside edge, and it's another good ball.
Good line again, yeah.
Very good bowling.
That's the thing. Both of the balls that came back here were just too wide.
Yep.
Allowed them to swing, free their arms and get loose. But then tightened it up, finished it off strong. Interesting. What do they need? 6? Or
I
25.
think
They
they
draw
need
the
six.
skins enough, isn't it?
A drawn
they won
skin
the
will do
first
it.
one.
Yep, so 5 runs will do it from here. And we still have some excitement left in this game, folks. There's only one over to go. The result of the match, I think, is a foregone conclusion. The Snakes are a good 23 runs ahead here, so they're not going to lose the match. But the skin is interesting. There is,
And
as I said, 5
who
runs.
bowled a pretty reasonable first over.
Duncan Taylor to bowl, and it is, again, first ball of this over. If they can somehow turn this into a wicket, well, there's a point up for grabs.
Yeah.
Let's see what these boys can do. Duncan Taylor to come in now. Final over of the match. Here we go.
Yeah, this ball becomes key, doesn't it? Went the wide one.
Yep. Yeah, I think he was going for that full and wide one, wasn't he?
I think your safe bet is sort of in at the hip. Try and hit him in the legs, and then get a run out at either end.
Yeah.
I know the Hollywood style is to beat the bat third ball, but these guys are pretty good outside off stump normally.
Just notice on that ball there, Mark Rice opting to try and hit a nice safe 2 straight into the fielder, and Cameron Todd didn't even hesitate. He just went straight back into his crease.
Interesting.
Half a chance here. Both the catch and the run out were on there. It's landed safely. The flick to the non-striker stumps is just wide. He's gotten away with 3 runs there. So the skin is tied with 3 balls to go.
And we'll get to the position. I was going to say we'll get to a position where they'll block out the last 2 balls, but now they can't because then it'll be third ball. And
Tell you what, that was a very good ball from Duncan Taylor. It's that same outswinger.
starting outside leg.
Yeah, starting outside leg. The same ball that Mark Rice bowled, I think, to bowl Duncan Taylor.
Correct.
Even though he's a
there's
lefty.
the in-swinger.
Wow, and an innie.
That's a really good ball.
Be careful here not to concede an overthrow.
That there was very little change in the action, but really good late in-swinger there.
So here it comes, folks. This
Must
is the
run.
last ball of the match. The skin is tied. It is third ball again.
Must score.
They must score. Does he bowl a wide and
Ooh,
try and get the,
interesting. Get him
get the
charging.
run out? Yeah,
Get him charging.
Rice is going to go here. Here we go. Yes, he's gone, and that's a nice
Got the one.
safe one there. And that will be that, folks. A comprehensive win by the Seamer Snakes against the Bounceroos, with Cameron Todd there just facing out that last third ball with a nice safe single.
So
And that is a 4-skin win to the Seamer boys.
7-zip win. Clinical.
And
don't know that they played their absolute best indoor cricket, but it was pretty decisive match, wasn't it? They were just in control most of the way. I think the only time it looks like Bouncer were going to get enough was 45. Well, they were 50 with the ball to go of the second pair. Yeah. If they come in at 50 and they're halfway and they can stretch that out to 100, I think the chase looks a bit different.
Yeah,
but
and
then
look, they were had they got that, they only would have been 15, 20 runs short. But it would have been a different dynamic. The Snakes might have felt the pressure early in that second pair there. They ended up just getting over the line with that second skin, just getting over the line with the third skin, and just getting over the line with that last skin. Really, 3/4 of the match, you could argue, was tight. It's just that first skin that got away. We called it early. We said Hinchy's going to come out with Mitch Todd and put a solid 40 on. We saw a very surprising opening shot from Hinchy.
We did.
Pummeling the back net there. It normally takes a few overs to get into that sort of gear, but it paid off. They've opened up with 50 and they've walked away with the goods on this occasion.
They're a really hard pair to get out, and you have to because they can damage you sort of side net, back net. As you say, Hinch with a 7, which is a bit uncharacteristic. But to get 50 off the stick, no outs, first pair. And as you say, Bouncer didn't get their first wicket until the 7th over.
That's correct.
Game was pretty much all over by then.
And of course, as soon as they got 1, they got 2, and it just sort of snowballed there. So Harrison Blake, probably standout performer for the Bounceroos with a few wickets to his name. Luke Taylor got a couple of very good overs and was very solid with the bat. Last pairing, Blair Oakley and Duncan Taylor got the score up to a manageable total there, something they would probably defend against any other team in this league. Seamer boys are a tough ask to take on any day of the week. They can hold their heads up. They've got a little bit to build on here, and
great job, Jexy.
We'll see him at the end there.
Great job, Jexy.
Thanking the umpire here, Mel Jex, for a wonderful game. Some tight calls, difficult calls there as well. Are we off?
Saying good day to a few people. We are.
Thank you.